So we are coming to the end of our discussion now. We have already discussed about 8 teams in the league. Only 2 are remaining: Delhi and Team Lucknow.
Coincidentally, the only two teams remaining that haven't won the trophy still, apart from Punjab, but they were the finalists last year. So, should we begin with Delhi first, since they are the older franchise?
Yeah, and between them, they are the ones who have reached the final.
True. The only team remaining to reach the final is Lucknow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Delhi.
So let's begin with the trade deals they cracked before coming into the auction.
They only made two trades, one outgoing and one incoming. Donovan Ferreira, who was a bit part player in the last season, was traded to the Rajasthan team for 1 crore, and they have brought in Nitish Rana from Rajasthan as well for 4.2 crore. That was the price they brought him for last year.
Nitish Rana is a good pick by them. Experienced Indian player, lefty, plays in the middle order, number 3, number 4, has captaincy experience as well. He will come in handy for this team.
Yes, कुछ थोड़ा form drop off हुआ है in the recent seasons, as we've seen. Like, he was very underutilized last year as well, and उतना ज्यादा runs नहीं score कर पाया था for Rajasthan. Before that as well, in the 2024 season with Kolkata, he got injured early on and came back towards the end, but wasn't able to break into the 11 after that. So he will be looking to make a comeback with Delhi now.
Yeah, and he is also a local lad. He is from Delhi. And I just looked up his recent matches that he has played. He has scored a couple of 50s and a few 40s. So yeah,
ये क्या सैयद मुश्ताक अली में है या फिर रणजी में?
ये मैट में ही है. मैट में.
Okay, so T20 format.
मैट में उसका 240 प्लस स्कोर है, 45 है, 46 नॉट आउट है और एक 70 प्लस का स्कोर है और एक 34 बनाया उसने. तो टच में तो दिख रहा है,
स्कोरिंग कर रहा है. His form is returning. It will be interesting to see where he fits into the team next year.
And Delhi should figure out what they want to do. पिछले साल रुके 5 मैचेस जीते, टीम सेट था, लेकिन फिर पता नहीं इनको क्या हुआ, इधर उधर करने लगे और हम लोग तो देखे ही थे क्या हुआ. लास्ट में क्वालिफाई ही नहीं किए.
We saw that, yes. Donovan Pereira outgoing, wicket-keeper batsman leaving the team. I'm guessing KL Rahul wicket-keeping करेगा in that case, or will it be Abhishek Porel? I mean, Tristan Stubbs can also keep wickets, but he's a bit part keeper. I don't think he'll be the one keeping the wickets.
Yeah, I also don't see him keeping in Indian condition at least. When you have two experienced local Indian players in the form of Rahul, who is an experienced player, he keeps for India in ODIs. Abhishek Porel, an up-and-coming talent from Bengal. So yeah, when you have Indian options, you should stick to them.
True. Captain कौन बनेगा इस टीम का? I think KL Rahul will stick as captain, or will it be Akshar Patel?
When Akshar has captained last season, it would, and he has done well. It's not like they really struggled last season. Yes, in the second half they struggled because of the team comps they were going in with. But Akshar has done a good job. And KL Rahul, I don't think he wants to be the captain. If KL Rahul wanted to be the captain, he might have chosen to go to Kolkata, because there were rumors surrounding him that he might go to Kolkata, or he might have put his name in the auction as well.
Right. ऑक्शन से पहले बहुत सारे रूमर्स आ रहे थे कि कोलकाता वाज ट्राइंग टू trade with Delhi to get KL Rahul in as their captain, but it didn't pan out, so he has stayed. I think you're right about the fact that Akshar Patel will remain as captain, considering he has been also getting some leadership responsibilities in the national team setup as well.
So he's the vice captain of India in T20 guys.
So most likely वही captain रहेगा.
And he should stay as the captain, because it would show stability in the team
and trust in the setup as well.
Yeah, if you keep on chopping and changing the captains, it doesn't show a good image to the other players in the dugout as well.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now let's talk about the picks in the auction for Delhi. We'll go by the basis of the price they were purchased at. मैं पहले एक राउंड अप कर लेता हूँ सारे purchases का, उसके बाद we'll discuss. They had a lot of international slots open. They have completely filled out their international quota, and we'll go through the list. Akib Dar from Kashmir, I believe.
Yeah, he had a great season in Indian domestic cricket.
Yeah, purchased for 8.4 crore, big price tag on his head. Then pocket rocket Pathum Nissanka, Sri Lankan batsman. Kyle Jamieson, experienced head. Lungi Ngidi, another very experienced bowler, league experience as well. Then Ben Duckett, and I think probably you would agree as well, steal of the auction at base price, David Miller for 2 crore.
Yes, both David Miller and Ben Duckett, we can say that both were the steals. David Miller more because of the aura he has in the league.
And then to round out, Prithvi Shaw, bought for base price 75 lakh, has shown very much a lot of maturity in domestic cricket, has come back well. So Prithvi Shaw, and then Sahil Parekh, last pick for Delhi at base price 30 crore, probably will be a backup option maybe for the future. So now let's discuss the picks. First of all, Akib Dar from Jammu and Kashmir. I haven't followed Jammu Kashmir that much in domestic cricket, so मुझे उतना idea नहीं होगा. So I'll ask you for this. How has this been formed recently, and do you think the 8.4 crore is justified?
Akib Dar has done exceedingly well in the 2024-25 Ranji Trophy season. He took 44 wickets at 13.93 average, and he was the second highest wicket taker in that season. His recent numbers, if you talk about T20s or ODIs, that is the SMAT or VHT, his numbers aren't great, but he has the potential.
So this, I think Akib Dar को हम consider कर सकते हैं kind of like a Harshal Patel breed, I guess.
Yeah, he's a right arm fast medium bowler.
Kind of like a Harshal Patel type of pick in terms of a bowling all-rounder basically. He can bat, but his primary service will be with the ball.
Yeah.
So will contribute heavily, it looks like at least, will contribute heavily to the team. But it's just, and another thing is, Indian T20 League में these types of players have always flourished. I mean, take a look at somebody like Mohit Sharma, take a look at somebody like Harshal Patel, both purple cap winners. Some years ago, who would have thought they would win purple caps?
And I hope Akib Dar performs well, and ये जो 8 करोड़ का बोझ है उसके नीचे दब ना जाए, क्योंकि उसमें तो पोटेंशियल है और इंडिया को ऐसा प्लेयर चाहिए जो, हम लोग इतने बड़े देश है बट अभी भी हार्दिक पांड्या के लिए एक प्रॉपर रिप्लेसमेंट या उसका हार्दिक को कुछ इंजरी हुआ कुछ हुआ उसके लिए कोई अच्छा बैकअप नहीं है. तो आई वुड बी होपिंग फॉर हिम टू सक्सीड दिस सीजन एंड नॉट जस्ट दिस सीजन, इन अपकमिंग सीजन्स एज वेल.
Right. You said about buckling under the pressure of the price tag. That has happened before to another member of this team itself, in somebody like Sameer Rizvi. Was purchased for I think like 9 करोड़ या फिर ऐसा कुछ price tag के लिए he was brought by, no, same price as Akib Dar. He was bought for 8.4 crore.
Yeah, he was bought by Chennai, but he didn't flourish that much in that year. पिछले साल उसको दिल्ली ने ही बेस प्राइस पे ही उठाया था.
Yeah, but he didn't play that much, I think.
Yuvraj Nigam and Ashutosh Sharma were doing really well for them in the lower order.
I think Ashutosh Sharma stays in the team as well. Let's talk about the other picks. NGD, Kyle Jamieson, both good pacers, both with league experience. How do you see them fitting into the team?
Kyle Jamieson, one thing about the Kiwi bowlers is that they are very good in test cricket. They are really sharp, but T20 eyes and T20 in general, we have seen them struggle. Kyle Jamieson was with Bangalore but didn't have a great stint there. And Lungi Ngidi, yes, is a good bowler and has done really well in this league. And in the recent India-South Africa series, he was really getting the ball to swing early on.
Speaking of the pace attack, मैं सिर्फ लिस्ट देख रहा हूँ. Their pace attack has currently 4 foreign pacers: Mitchell Starc, Dushmantha Chameera, Kyle Jamieson, Lungi Ngidi. I think both of us would agree that Mitchell Starc तो automatic starter होगा.
Yes, Mitchell Starc would be in the 11 unless he's hit with injuries or niggles or something like that.
Yeah, so with Mitchell Starc staying in the 11, I think it will most likely be Dushmantha Chameera that gets replaced with either Jamieson or Ngidi, and I think they're both better than Chameera. So who do you think will take his spot?
I would go for Lungi Ngidi. Personally, I would go for him, but it all comes down to who is in good rhythm at that moment.
And we'll see when we start building the lineup.
Yeah, and we have to see whether we are going with 3 foreigners or 4 foreigners in the starting 11.
Right, that is true. They have a little bit of a lopsided foreign quota, so we'll have to discuss that later. And the other 3 foreign picks, will start with Ben Duckett and Pathum Nissanka.
Yeah, before we discuss about them, we got to know from the owner that Ben Duckett is KL's favorite and Pathum Nissanka is Akhtar's favorite, and they got both of them.
Great for them. Now they'll have to decide amongst themselves. I think it will probably be Ben Duckett starting, provided his experience. Maybe Pathum Nissanka comes in later on.
Yeah, last year they had issues with the opening. Sometimes in some matches Faf was opening, in some matches we have seen Abhishek Porel, KL opening, KL and Nair opening. So this year they at least have two good options for that slot. Maybe who knows, Pathum Nissanka might play ahead of Ben Duckett because he's from Sri Lanka, almost similar condition. And it will also depend how Ben Duckett performs in the upcoming T20 World Cup as well, क्योंकि वो लीग के पहले ही होगा, तो डिपेंड करेगा जो उसमें अच्छा फॉर्म में होगा वो शायद इसमें भी स्टार्टिंग कर जाए.
True, could be very possible. With Pathum Nissanka doing really well in the recent Asia Cup, could be a surprise pick for them as well. But we'll see. And the other foreign pick remaining, David Miller. Huge amount of experience. I'm very surprised that he only went for his base price.
The number he plays at number 5, 6, 7, lower middle order, hitter, explosive batter, clutch player also. We have seen his performances in ICC knockouts. So yeah,
finisher.
He was the steal of the auction for Delhi.
Yeah, explosive finisher. Will do really well, I feel like, with Delhi. And with the kind of setup they have, I think he'll flourish there. And the other two picks, Sahil Parekh, not much to speak about there. Good domestic player, will provide backup. And Prithvi Shaw, final pick. Personal life, we're not going to discuss that, but has come back really well in domestic cricket, has changed his mindset and come back and done well recently. So it's great that he has been given a shot again. Hopefully he'll do well this season. Do you think he'll be in the team, or do you think he'll be in and around the impact bench?
He would probably win the impact lot because of the options they have already in the team. Ben Duckett, Pathum Nissanka, Arun Nair, who was actually opening for them last season, Abhishek Porel. Problem with Prithvi Shaw is that the performances he had in the past few domestic season has really put him down in the stacking order. I would love to see him getting chances and flourishing because he's one of a kind type of batter. He can really take the game on from the very first ball. We won't discuss about his personal life, but it's really refreshing to see him back in the action again.
Okay, so done with the auction picks. Now let's start with the lineups.
Before starting with the lineup, I would hope that KL Rahul this year gets a fixed position. Last year he started off in middle order at number 4, number 5. Then, as usual, since he has Rahul in his name, he has to do everything. He ended up opening in that season.
Floater na ban jaye.
I hope उसको एक फिक्स्ड नंबर मिले इससे.
What do you want that fixed number to be, the opener or middle order?
I would love to see him opening the inning. We all know what he can do, what prime KL Rahul has done in T20 cricket.
Personally, I'd also want him to open. Somebody like him alongside somebody like a Ben Duckett or a Pathum Nissanka. Yes, with Pathum Nissanka, the right hand left hand combination may not be there, but one is the anchor, the other will be the explosive one, with both Duckett and Nissanka capable of smashing it around the park.
Yeah, and if you have anchor type of player like KL Rahul, you should send him in the opening slot and I also want to see him in the opening slot because he's a good player of fast bowling, and spin he might struggle a bit if he comes on and the spinner is already there and has been bowling well. So I think, and I want him to open from the very first match.
Right.
And this year they also don't have an issue with the finisher because they got David Miller in their rank.
And they can hopefully this season not fiddle around with the batting order as much and keep Abhishek Porel towards that slot as well. So I think we both agree that KL Rahul will be opening then in our ideal lineup at least.
Yeah, in our ideal lineup, he would be opening.
Okay, so KL Rahul top. Uske baad fir who would you go for, Nissanka or Ben Duckett?
Nissanka because he's kind of local. He knows the conditions well. He's from Sri Lanka. So yeah, I would go for him. I would also like to go for Prithvi Shaw, but he's too low in the stacking order as of now.
Yeah, I think Prithvi Shaw will be on the bench depending on the conditions where they bat or bowl. He might be in the lineup and then taken out later on. Pathum Nissanka and KL Rahul opening the batting. Then at number 3, who would you go for? Somebody like Nitish Rana then, or would you go for somebody else?
Nitish Rana, Karun Nair, toss up between them.
Karun Nair का नाम उतना recently सुनने में नहीं आया है. How has his form been?
Karun Nair didn't have a great snap, had scored only 150, but in list day cricket or 5-day cricket, his numbers are quite good. He recently scored a century against Kerala in VHT and had a 90 odd runs against, I don't remember who it was, but it was in Ranji format or day format.
Yeah, I'd still see Nitish Rana taking that spot, but it will be difficult for Karun Nair to break into it, I think at least.
Yeah, and also we are going with 2 righty openers. So Nitish Rana, lefty, would give value to the team.
Yeah, so I think we'll stick Nitish Rana in there for now. After that, in the middle order, I think Tristan Stubbs now, or would you pick him a little later?
Tristan Stubbs should be at 4 or 5.
So here is my thinking behind this. Would you pick Abhishek Porel left-handed now, or would you keep him one below and put Tristan Stubbs, the right-handed smasher, above him?
Before answering your question, last year we also saw Akshar Patel coming out at number 4. He could also be a good option out there, but if we are going for only specialist batter, then I would go for it is Tristan Stubbs, Abhishek Patel. Tough one to answer, but I would go for Tristan Stubbs. But the thing with Tristan Stubbs is that his numbers are kind of up and down recently. He has done well, but there are quite a few low scores in between.
I understand that, but I think experience-wise and value-wise, Tristan Stubbs still sticks that 5th slot, and then Abhishek Porel comes in after him. Okay, so that's our top 5. After that, I think it will be Akshar Patel, or would it be somebody like Ashutosh Sharma before that?
Which number it is? Number 6, right?
Yes.
Akshar Patel, Ashutosh Sharma, or maybe David Miller. It would be the ideal time for David Miller to be in the middle.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. If you now put David Miller in, then at that point you can only pick one foreign pacer.
The Indian options they have are quite good. So I think
yes, Natarajan and Mukesh Kumar, left-handed and right-handed. So they have both of those sides covered.
I would try to fit in my best foreigner in the 11 or 12 first, and here our best foreigner would be David Miller.
So then in that finisher role, David Miller would be there, and after that Akshar Patel if need be.
Or Akshar Patel may also play as a floater. We have seen him playing as floater in the past as well.
Yeah, none of us are saying that Akshar Patel can't bat. It's just that bowling is his main strength. He can also bat, but the main thing with him is the ball. And also being the captain, I don't think nobody would want all of that extra responsibility of being the captain, the floater and the finisher. So I think this will be the lineup for now, that KL Rahul and Nissanka starting with Nitish and Tristan Stubbs then coming in, then Abhishek Porel, then David Miller, and then Akshar Patel as a floater at number 7. But if situation demands, he could also come before that.
We are done with the batting order. Let's move on to the lower order and the bowling lineup.
Yeah, a lot of, how would you put it, left-handed batsmen here. Akshar, David Miller, Abhishek Porel, Nitish Rana. Quite a good mix we have here. After Akshar Patel, would you go for somebody like Ashutosh Sharma, who is a batting and spinner option? Or would you go for somebody like Akib Dar, who is a batsman and medium pace bowler option?
We already have Akshar Patel in the team. We can count on his 4 overs in every single match. If not every single match, then he would be bowling his quota of 4 overs in most of the matches. Kuldeep Yadav would also be there in the 11, or he would be someone bowling out there. So 2 slots for spinners are done. That's 8 overs, 7 or 8 overs, depending on situation and everything. Do we need one more spinner in the lineup, or is bowling?
There is always the impact subs banks for another spinner to come in.
Yeah, I think Akib Dar and Ashutosh Sharma, between them, Ashutosh Sharma has already done well in the league. So maybe we can see Ashutosh Sharma starting in the first few matches. If he is not in form, then Akib Dar might be replacing him.
Personally, with the price tag and the amount of expectations, I think they will be giving Akib Dar a chance first, and then if it doesn't pan out, he will be the one on the reserves with Ashutosh Sharma coming in. With all the spinner options in the team, as you mentioned, that I think it will be Akib Dar starting below Akshar with another pace option added to the team. And towards the bottom, it will be Kuldeep with Vipraj Nigam coming off the bench for somebody like, let's say, Patum Nissanka or something.
Yeah, depends, but yeah, as you said, we already have 2 spinners in the lineup, as I said earlier. So it all comes down to what the team wants, what the condition demands.
So I think we'll stick Akib Dar in for now. And after that, it will be the bowlers. I think there's not much to discuss here. Mitchell Stark, as we said before, will be a starter. So Mitchell Stark. We said Kuldeep Yadav as well. So Kuldeep Yadav. इनके बीच में एक और, I think it will be a pacer that will be in the team. So who would you think, in your opinion? Natarajan the lefty or Mukesh Kumar the right arm?
Since we already have a lefty seamer in the form of Mitchell Stark, I think we should go for Mukesh Kumar.
Okay, then so Mukesh Kumar as the number 10, and then at the end Kuldeep as the number 11 to round out the 11. We'll do a complete round out at the end, but let's talk about the impact subs now. Looking at this team currently, there are 2 premier spinner options with Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav. And if you want, or if the need is there, somebody like Vipraj Nigam will be on the bench, most likely. If you need somewhat of a batting boost when the runs are short, somebody like Ashutosh Sharma could come off the bench instead of Vipraj Nigam to put a little bit of more batting influence in the team and also be handy with the ball.
And if the situation is that much dire, Rizvi might also be in the bench. I think he would be in the impact sub list starting of the tournament.
Yeah. Since we have 4 foreigners in the starting lineup with Mitchell Stark, David Miller, Tristan Stubbs, and Pathum Nisanka, we cannot put the others on there. Although it seems like with Nisanka, it's a direct replacement like for like with Ben Duckett. And with Mitchell Stark, there's 3 people waiting in the back for him. Dushmanta Chamira, Kyle Jamieson, Lungi and Gidi. Which I feel like this is why I told you it was a little bit lopsided with the bowling attack.
Since Delhi have 4 foreign pacers in their squad, there will always be the greed for trying to pick up 2 of them to boost your bowling lineup. If some of the batters don't show form, don't pick up form, foreign batter, any one of them, if they don't show form, then they might go for 2 foreign pacers as well.
That could be true. Then Mukesh would probably be taking a back seat and it'll probably be Vipraj Nigam in the lineup in place.
Yeah, that is kind of in the end stage scenario if someone is really out of either in bowling or in batting. If one of the foreign batters is out of form and the bowling isn't doing that much well, then we might see 2 foreign pacers in the lineup.
Okay, so speaking of the remaining bench spots, Prithvi Shaw, as you mentioned, and I think T. Natarajan will be also on the bench. The last spot on the bench, this one I think will go to another batter, and this is where the dilemma comes in. किसको pick करना चाहिए? करुण नायर या फिर समीर रिजवी?
Both are great option. And Samir Rizvi is the lower order player and Karun Nair is the top order player. We already have a top order replacement in the impact list in the form of Prithvi Shaw. So I think Rizvi would get the opportunity in the impact list.
Okay, so that's, I think we are happy with the squad then. We'll just round out the team. मैं शुरू से अंत तक पूरी टीम को एक बार राउंड आउट करता हूँ. Opening the batting, KL Rahul with Pathum Nisanka. Then experienced batters in Nitish Rana and Tristan Stubbs after the openers in 3 and 4. उसके बाद Bengal's own Abhishek Porel at number 5. Finisher David Miller at number 6. Captain Akshar Patel at number 7. Rookie sensation Akib Dar at number 8. And to round out the 11, Mitchell Stark, Mukesh Kumar, and Kuldeep Yadav. And the impact subs bench will then feature Vipraj Nigam, spinner, Ashutosh Sharma, all-rounder, Prithvi Shaw, opening batsman, T. Natarajan, pace bowler, and Samir Rizvi, another domestic option. Then moving on to the only remaining team, that is Lucknow. Another one of the youngest teams in the league that have not made it to the final in any of the seasons that they have played.
Yeah, lots to talk about this team, and I think I have a feeling that we will be ranting about something or someone they have picked in this auction. I don't know, I kind of getting this feeling.
True. Maybe your premonitions are right. We'll see.
So I think we are good to go then, like we are discussing the all other team. And I would like to mention that this is the team which has also been quite active in the trade market.
Okay. Let's start off with the trades first और उसके बाद हम ऑप्शन के पिक्स डिस्कस करेंगे लखनऊ के लिए. 2 incoming and 1 outgoing trades made by Lucknow in this window. Shardul Thakur moving from Lucknow to Mumbai for his price of 2 crore and Arjun Tendulkar coming the other way from Mumbai to Lucknow. And the other trade was Hyderabad moving Shami to Lucknow for that price of 10 crore to free up some budget for them. In hindsight now after the auction, it feels like Shardul Thakur ko Mumbai bhejna was kind of an unnecessary move for Lucknow because they have that budget space to keep him now.
Yes, Shardul was like 2 crore for them and they still have 4 crore left in the purse even after the auction. But as you said, in hindsight, it is very easy to say this move was bad or this would have been done this way or that way. So yeah, but at that moment, I would say that having Arjun and giving Shardul is kind of, I couldn't understand the move because they are not kind of like for like replacement. Yes, both are pace bowling all-rounder, both can bat, but the experience Shardul has and the experience Arjun has, there is a huge difference in that.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to say, I feel like Mumbai mein, I think we've said this in the Mumbai video as well, that Mumbai में शार्दुल ठाकुर को उतना space नहीं मिलने वाला to play in the 11. That space which he would have found here in Lucknow. Like here in Lucknow, he is the go-to guy to be the batting and bowling all-rounder. So he would have probably found space in the team to be there. But doesn't feel like he will be much more than an impact sub for Mumbai. So I don't think it was a good move, but always, as you said, hindsight is 2020. We can't really see from that perspective at first.
Yeah, and on the other hand, I would be happy if Arjun gets opportunity to play in the 11 for Lucknow. Maybe if not in the starting of the season, somewhere in the middle of the season or end of the season, because in Mumbai he was picked in 2023 auction or 2022 auction, but didn't get much opportunity there.
Arjun Tendulkar has been with Mumbai since 2021, but hasn't had that many opportunities since the last year.
Yeah, in 2023 he played a few matches, did decently well. Wasn't outstanding, but wasn't below average either. He did well in those few games he got in that season. And he has also moved from Mumbai Ranji team to Goa Ranji team, so that he gets opportunity to play in the domestic as well.
Yeah, has been doing decent in the domestic circuits, so we hope to see him in the league soon enough and get some opportunities hopefully this season with Lucknow. Okay, now moving on to Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Shami is a big trade for them, and I think he will provide a bulk of experience to the bowling lineup, which all things considered, I think lacks experience more than anything.
There are two things in this regard. One, Mohammad Sami hasn't played that much competitive cricket in recent years. He has been struck with injuries. He has been out from games since 2023 World Cup final. Hasn't been seen much for India as well. He recently played the Champions Trophy, but that's it. Didn't have a great outing last season with Hyderabad. He has been doing really great in this Ranji Trophy and SMAT and all the domestic leagues he's playing right now. And on the other hand, Lucknow last year, they really lacked in the bowling department. Their bowlers are mainly, all of their bowlers are Indian or were Indian in the last season, which kind of hit them hard coming into the tournament.
All of them are Indian, but none of them can really be considered that experienced, calm, senior pro. So Mohammad Shami coming into that role will provide some much needed experience to the bowling lineup and provide a calmer head at the top.
Yeah, and the most experienced bowler they had last season was Sardul Thakur, but he's not an out and out T20 bowler. He's kind of an all-rounder. And another one who they had was Aves Khan, but everything was dependent on him, and no matter how big of a name you are, how great of a bowler you are, you might struggle. And Aves, we saw he was struggling last year.
True, very true. And I think this year, with the addition of Mohammad Shami, somebody like Avesh Khan will have a much needed support behind him, but with also the now that we'll discuss the auction pick, somebody like Enric Nokia also joining the team, chances are that somebody else will have to drop back and Enric Nokia will most likely take that spot in the squad.
Yeah, and he's the only foreign pacer they have.
So let's move on to the auction buys for Lucknow. We'll get to the quote-unquote big fish in the room later on. First, let's discuss the other ones. Mukul Chaudhary, wicketkeeper batsman, picked up for 2.6 crore. Relatively well done in the domestic circuit. A much under the radar pick as compared to somebody like a Kartik Sharma or Tejasvi Dahiya that Chennai and Kolkata picked. So that will be good for them to back up their wicketkeeper slot. Then Akshat Raghuvanshi and Naman Tiwari, domestic names, both coming in as most likely backup players to support the squad overall. I don't see them getting that many chances, but they'll gain some much needed valuable experience. And the other two foreigners picked in this team, as we mentioned before, Enric Nokia, the only experienced foreign seamer in the team, and Wanindu Hasaranga of Sri Lanka coming in as another one of the all-rounders, this time a spinner and a batsman, so we'll provide another backup option there. And now comes the big fish in the room that I think you mentioned. This was the one that there would be a rant about, Josh English.
Yeah, Punjab will be saying chuna laga diya.
I still don't understand why this entire fiasco, quote unquote, happened. By the way, Josh Inglis picked up by Lucknow for 8.6 crore. Huge price considering the fact that he will only be available for like 4 matches, I think, as it was stated before the auction.
Yeah, it was said he will be available for 4 matches, but after he got picked, I think some people reported that he is willing to play a few more matches than the initial 4.
He had some personal commitments. I think it was his wedding. That was why he was going to be unavailable in the league. But now it seems that he will be available. This is not coming from any official sources. These are only rumors that we are discussing. So it's not confirmed or anything. But I think it's going to be one of those signings like Mumbai did with Jofra Archer when they signed him in the season when he was injured and not going to play. Yet they shelled out a lot of money to keep him in the squad and bet on the future. So do you see this as one of those kinds of signings?
Yeah, it could be because we know what Josh Inglis can do, and he has also very good record playing here in India as well. And unlike Mumbai, that they picked Jofra Archer, Jofra didn't come in the next season. I think he played a few matches, but he was again ruled out due to injury. So the combination they thought of Bumrah and Archer bowling together never happened. But here it is not that similar case. So I think he will be a great option for future as well.
Yeah, it will depend, but I mean, considering that Josh Inglis is another of those wicketkeeper batsman role. If he doesn't get a slot in the team, there are other wicketkeeper batsmen available. Most likely the wicketkeeping position will be occupied by Rishabh Pant, so I don't see that one changing much. Josh Inglis coming in, if he doesn't play, there is always Nicholas Puran and Aiden Markram, Mitchell Marsh, other players to take up the power hitting slots. So it's not like Josh Inglis is unreplaceable in this team, but I genuinely do not understand the logic behind going for him this hard that 8.6 crore was spent on him. There is something of a quote unquote disbalance in the squad that was there last season as well. I think last season it was more in the bowling department. This season the spin department does look a little lacking, but overall it's little bit better balanced than last year. I think you would agree.
In pace bowling, they got two experienced bowlers in the form of Sami and Andrik Nokia. They did let go of Ravi Bisnoy, but he wasn't getting that much chances last year because Digvej Rathi was there. And Wanindu Hasranga, a quality spinner from Sri Lanka, can be a good option in place of Ravi Bisnoy too.
True. Okay, so these were the auction picks. Josh Inglis being the big question mark for the season. That I guess only time will tell how much time he will be available for Lucknow. Let's move on to making our 11 then, I think.
Before making the 11, let's discuss a bit about Andrik Nokia because in the recent years he has been injury prone as well. We haven't seen him playing that much. He's a good option to have. We have seen what he has done in the league in 2019 season, 2020 season, 2021 season, but that's a long time ago now. Given the dynamics of the T20 cricket has changed, and he coming off from injury, not being a regular member in the national team because of injuries, things could get tight if he's not available or pulls out due to injury. But if he's available, we also don't know how he might perform.
Last year he was with Kolkata. He was picked up for something like 6 crore, I believe it was, and I do not think that was worth it. Like in the moment when the auction happened, I was happy with this pick because he was a former Kolkata player that was coming to the side and was reasonably excited for it as well. But the season just did not go his way at all. He was expensive, he was leaking runs, and just didn't live up to the mark. This season, though, reasonably well for South Africa he has played. He still has the SA20 to come, and after that the World Cup to come. So that will mean that Andrik Nokia ke paas time hai to gather up some momentum for the league. He will get time to hone his craft and get into a good rhythm. So let's see, this could work out well if he doesn't get injured, that is, as you said.
If he remains fit, he will be a lethal weapon to have.
So moving on to the starting 11 now. This time around, would you still stick with Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram?
They were really good last season and they're in good form as well in international cricket and wherever they're playing. And why fix something which isn't broke?
Yeah, but this is where the handicap comes in for the team because Mitchell Marsh will obviously start. He's a given starter for this team. But would you pick somebody like Aiden Markram and close off your other options, or would you pick somebody like Nicholas Puran to open the batting alongside Mitchell Marsh?
I would go for Eden Markram because he's not just a batter, he can give a few overs of off spin as well. And as I said, I won't fix if it isn't broken. So in starting few matches, I will go with the same pair or the same top four that played last year.
Okay, so at least at the start of the season, most likely be the same opening pair with Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram opening the batting. And after that one down, would you still pick Nicholas Puran? Because Josh Inglis's availability is questionable.
Yeah, because he is a left-hander and also what he has done for the team in last few seasons. As I said, there is no need to change what has been working. It is not the batting that let them down, it was their bowling.
Yeah, but this is where question marks come in because if you think about it, already 3 foreigners in the lineup, very batting heavy. The bowling still lacks depth. If we pick Nokia to bowl, there is no foreign all-rounder to finish it off. And I think that will be the case for them. There are some handicaps with Lucknow, so most likely इनके पास यही options रहेंगे कि Markram, Marsh and Nicholas Puran will be the opening three, and after that it will be mostly an Indian middle order lineup and with Henrik Nokia in the bowling lineup to help them there.
Yeah, because you have to pick your best options also. If you have better foreign batters in your lineup or in your squad, you have to go with it. Not like for fixing one thing, you break the another thing.
True. Okay, so Nicholas Puran into the lineup at number 3 then. After that, I think it should be Rishabh Pant because Rishabh Pant को इसके नीचे खिलाना I don't think is right for a batsman of that stature to play that low anymore.
Yeah, because he's the captain, he should be out there at number 4. And also, we have to see how he performs because his numbers in T20 cricket, especially in international and international white ball cricket, ODIs and T20s, hasn't been that good. We have seen what he can do in red ball cricket, but he's yet to convert that into his white ball cricket.
And this was a big takeaway for me at least last season because last season मैंने notice किया था काफी वक्त था जब ऋषभ पंत was coming in a lot lower in the order. I don't know if you noticed this also by the way last year.
Yeah, I remember one of the matches where he was in the dugout, padded up, he had his helmet on, but he was sending other guys ahead of him. And yeah, it was somewhere in the middle of the tournament. He was not getting runs. And the matches he did get a run. One of them was against Bangalore. I think he scored a century, and in one of the matches against Gujarat, he came for a few balls, smacked a few. So yeah, a lot will depend on how he performs because the last season bowling was a concern and the captain's form. These two were the main reason for their downfall last season.
True, very true. So I think number 4 will be better for Rishabh Pant and उसको खुद को back करना पड़ेगा. He will need to back himself this season around. After Rishabh Pant though, who do you see coming in? Would you see somebody like Ayush Badoni and then Abdul Samad then, or would you see Shahbaz Ahmed coming in?
They already have 2 lefties in the lineup, so probably Shahbaz will be in the bench for the impact list. It would be either Ayush Badoni at 5 and Samad at 6 or vice versa.
I think I like that lineup better of Badoni at 5 and Abdul Samad at 6 because जितना हमने Abdul Samad को देखा है खेलते हुए, at least with Hyderabad it was before this, right?
Yeah.
So as far as we have seen Abdul Samad, वो जब हैदराबाद के लिए बैटिंग करता था, at least he was the finisher or coming in at that like last 1 or 2 overs position. So I think this will be the perfect slot for him at number 6. If there is a batting collapse that happens a little bit beforehand, then he could come in and smack a few. Or if it is just a finisher's role, he can come in and do that job very well as well. I think after this, by the way, this is where the lack of depth shows because at this point you really don't have anybody to shore up the batting lineup a little bit more because you can't pick any more foreign options now because I think we're both in agreement that we'll hold out for that foreign pacer role for Henrik Nokia, right?
Yeah, because after this at number 7, the only option you have are Mukul Chaudhary. You are only left with Indian option because you can't go for a foreign option now anymore in batting department. So you are left with Mukul Chaudhary, Akshat Raghuvanshi, Shahbaz Ahmed, Arsin Kulkarni.
And Himmat Singh.
Yeah, and Himmat Singh. Players like them.
Of these lot, who do you think will probably be given a shot in the lineup? Because most likely for me, it'll be most likely somebody like Arshin Kulkarni, who has already been with the team for a couple of seasons before this, or it will be somebody like Mukul Chaudhary or Akshat Raghuvanshi that will be given a shot this season.
You can also pick Shahbaz Ahmed there as well. He has been with the team since last season, has done well for the team, and he has been in good form in domestic cricket for Bengal as well.
That is true, and he will provide another spinner option for them as well, because Abdul Samad, while he is a all-rounder, I don't think there will be much emphasis on his bowling in the league action this season, I think. And with Marsh being a pace bowling option, Shahbaz feels like the better choice to pick.
Yeah, and also both of them, Mishmars and Abdul Samad, we haven't seen them bowling in any match in a while, especially in a competitive league like this. Mishmars hasn't been bowling for Australia as well. He plays as a proper batter now.
That is true. Okay, so sticking Shahbaz Ahmed at number 7 then. After that, will you be going straight to the bowling lineup and making this a bowling starting 11, or would you pick somebody else to bat at someplace like number 8 and keep the impact sub here?
That would depend on the condition, because 7 batters in a T20 game are enough. In case of any collapse or something, they might send a batter as impact sub if they need be.
Yeah, but with 4 foreigners being in the starting 11, there won't be any place for Wanindu Hasaranga or Matthew Bretsky or Josh English to be on the bench either. So they will stay behind. And also, these are Lucknow is one of the only teams that have picked 7 foreigners only. They have not filled out their entire quota of 8 foreigners, by the way. Okay, so after this, would you pick Enric Nokia here, or would you pick somebody like Avesh Khan, who can hit it big sometimes?
Yeah, Avesh Khan, Mohammad Sami as well. Both can hit a few.
Since you mentioned that Avesh Khan and Mohammad Shami can both smack the ball around a little bit, so would that be your next two then? Avesh, after that Mohammad Shami?
Yeah, Avesh and Sami, or Sami and Avesh, whatever.
And then after that, I think Enric Nokia ko dalna hi ठीक होगा after that.
Yeah, 100 Nokia, and then to finish the 11, either it could be Digvesh Rathi or Mohsin Khan. I think Digvesh would be in the starting 11 and Mohsin Khan would be in the impact sub list, and he would be switching in for someone.
Could be. Some of the other teams that we have discussed before, this is a lot more bowling heavy because of the lack of experience जो squad में हम देख पा रहे हैं. Because the foreign options are picked in such a way that a lot of rotation and a lot of luxury of choosing, as we said in the Chennai case, is not there with Lucknow here.
Yes, Chennai or Mumbai, even Bangalore, they have all-round squad. They have options in batting as well, in bowling as well with their foreign picks. But they went in too hard with their foreign batters that they lack in the bowling department. And one good thing about Lucknow is that we already have 2 spinning options in the team, Shahbaz Ahmed and Eden Markram, who can give you 4 to 5 overs and even 8 overs on turning track. You have Digvesh Singh in there or Digvesh Rathi in there. So this is the benefit of having so many all-rounders in your team, especially in this form of the game.
I understand. I get you. Okay, so now moving on to the subs bank. Who do you see coming on from that bank? In mind that because we have already selected 4 foreigners in the starting 11, we can't have any more on the bank.
Yeah, I was coming on that. We already have 4 in the 11, so it would be an all-Indian impact sub bank.
As you mentioned before, Mohsin Khan का नाम तो bench में पहले ही रहेगा.
हाँ, Mohsin Khan, Mayank Yadav for 2 pace option, or even Akash Singh if Mayank Yadav is not available due to injury. We have seen that he is also injury prone. Mohsin Khan, Akash Singh, Prince Yadav, 2 from these 3, and maybe Arshin Kulkarni and a batter for collapse like Mukul Chaudhary or Akshat Raghuvanshi, or maybe even both. So I would go for pace option, 1 all-round option and 2 batting option in the subs list.
I understand. So provided that all of them are fit and available for playing, Mohsin Khan on the bench, done. After that, would you pick Prince Yadav or Mayank Yadav, both being right arm fast bowlers?
Depend on form and fitness. If it is an ideal scenario, I would go for Mayank Yadav because he is quick. But if he's
raw
not fit,
pace.
Yeah, if he's not fit, what can be done? It would either be Prince Yadav or Akash Singh. Maybe Prince Yadav because he played last season quite a few matches for the team.
Yeah. Okay, so Mayank Yadav for now in the impact bank, considering his talent and fitness availability. So that's there. Another name that I think will be on the bench since he's not involved in the team, either Arshin Kulkarni or Arjun Tendulkar could be on the bench.
Yeah, one of the two. Because as I mentioned, I would go for two pace option, two batting option, one all-round option. It would be either of the two on the bench.
Personally, I think it will be Arshin Kulkarni to start off the season with, and then later on, maybe Arjun Tendulkar will come into the 11 if he performs well with the team.
Yeah, Arshin Kulkarni's recent numbers are quite good compared to Arjun. So yeah, he might get a first shot.
Okay, so for now, we'll put him on the bench. And then the batting options, I think somebody like Mukul Chaudhary and Akshat Raghuvanshi both make it to the bench.
Yeah, the only two remaining Indian player in the team. Or maybe even Himmat Singh. They already have a wicket-keeping option, two wicket-keeping options actually, Nicholas Puran and Rishabh Pant. So maybe Himmat Singh and Akshat Raghuvanshi could be there. Three-way tie between these two people.
But Himmat Singh's name hasn't been shouted around as much as somebody like a Mukul Chaudhary or Akshat Raghuvanshi recently. So that's my thinking behind putting Mukul and Akshat on the bench.
Himmat Singh has appeared only in 5 SMAT matches. He scored 20, 11 and 18 in those 3. Was out for 1 and didn't get to bat in the last match he played. And Akshat Raghuvanshi, we don't have info on him since 2023 actually. In both ESPN Quick Info and Quick Buzz, there is nothing about him. So we don't know his current stats or anything. Given that, maybe Himmat Singh would be a starter in the impact list.
Okay, so considering the lack of information, and there has to be some sort of a thought process like this behind picking somebody like Akshat Raghuvanshi. Like the teams obviously do their own scouting, their own strategies behind these picks, and spending 2.2 crore behind somebody like Akshat Raghuvanshi, I think they understand who they want on the bench. So Mukul Chaudhary definitely, I think, will be on the bench. It's a toss-up now between Himmat Singh and Akshat Raghuvanshi. Okay, so who do you think will be on the bench?
And also there could be people named Akshat Raghuvanshi more than one. We have seen with Sasank Singh's case.
So in that case, who would you have in the lineup then?
Since we are not getting any stat about him, I would go for Himmat Singh. They will know much more better than us, but purely on the stats that are available to us, I think going with Himmat Singh would be a better option.
Okay, then Himmat Singh to finish off the lineup. That's the starting 11 and the impact subs bench completed then. Okay, so I'll round up the starting 11 one more time and the bench as well. To open the batting, just like last season, Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram. At number 3, Nicholas Puran. Captain Rishabh Pant at number 4. Hopefully, he will stick to that spot and keep giving himself a little bit more consistency this season. Then Ayush Badoni and Abdul Samad at number 5 and 6, Shahbaz Ahmed at number 7, Avesh Khan, Mohammad Shami at 8 and 9, and to finish the 11, Anrik Nokia and Digbesh Rathi at 10 and 11. On the bench, left-arm pacer Moshin Khan, raw pace talent Mayank Yadav, Arshin Kulkarni an all-round option, Mukul Chaudhary batting wicket-keeping option, another batter in Himmat Singh to finish the lineup. Okay, so that's all the teams now wrapped up and done for at least our discussion. We'll see what happens when league action kicks off, I think towards the end of March, right?
It has been happening in the end of March since we have 2 additional teams in the league.
Okay, so maybe हम इस टॉपिक पे वापस आएंगे towards the end of March and फिर से एक बार पूरा लीग डिस्कस करेंगे and how the league may turn out with discussing the table towards the start of the Indian T20 League season.
या और उस बीच में बहुत सारे क्रिकेटिंग एक्शन भी है. इंडिया का T20 वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड भी आ गया, एसएस भी है, उधर भी बहुत बवाल हो रहा है, 2-2 दिन में मैच खत्म हो रहे हैं. मौका मिले तो उन सब पे ही बात करेंगे.
So much more to come on this channel at least. Many more topics to be discussed, many more things to be talked about. We'll see you later on. Thanks for now and goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye from Glitchh and APSN Gaming.
Yeah, thank you so much everyone. Like and subscribe. Goodbye for now.